Hey guys, it's me and I'm back. So, I had a video in mind to do because somebody had asked me to do my adoption story. And of course I hate my hair. I always mess with my hair and then I sit and play with my hair and I'm like, my hair's in my face. Alright, anyways. Ugh. My adoption story. I never wanted to be a parent. Well, that's not true. I kind of had an obsession with being a parent when I was in my 20s. When I was really young. Like, I really wanted to be a parent. And it just never happened. I can't. I'm assuming I cannot have children. I have been to a doctor, but my boss threatened to fire me if I went in. So I had an appointment to go, and my boss threatened to fire me, and I was like, I'm not losing my job, so I stayed. I stayed at my job. And it sucked. I should have went in. So back in the day, I had a boyfriend. And, well, he wasn't really a boyfriend, but, I dated him for a little while. And he ended up with my best friend, which I didn't get over for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. I never got over that. It took me a long time to get over it. She got pregnant and she had a son. And this little boy was like, I treated him like he was mine. I proceeded to still have a relationship with his father for many years, off and on. And it wasn't really a relationship. It was kind of one of those, hi, what are you doing? Hey, yeah, let's hang out. Okay, sure, fine, yeah. He was a player. And so I was just one of many. But I was in love. And so I, would have done anything for him. And that's how that happened. So, years later, my friend, I got married to his best friend, which didn't work. We had a bad relationship. He was abusive. I was young and stupid. I lost my mom, lost my mind, moved away, somehow made it here to Fargo. And my friend came with me. We moved in together. And of course it didn't work because, I love her, but we don't work as living together. And I knew that, but I wanted so badly to be on my own that I was like, okay, we can move in together. And, hi, I love you, Grandcat. Things are fine now. Hopefully. No, things are good now. And, anyway, so, Cat's son, he was 19 or 20 when he, found his first girlfriend. I'm sure it wasn't his first girlfriend, but the girl that would be pregnant with their son. And the baby, I had offered to adopt the baby when I found out that he was having a baby. Because I was like, there's no way that these two young kids, they're like 18, she's 17, 18, and he's 19, 20. There's no way these two kids can live with his mother in this environment that just... They were toxic to each other. They fought all the time. The kids fought all the time. It just wasn't a good environment for anybody, let alone a baby. But they wanted a parent. So, okay, cool. You can parent, but if you want me to adopt, I will. But they decided to parent. So I went to Vegas. I was all like, yeah, I'm going to Vegas. I didn't want kids. I was like, okay, fine. I'm at this age where I don't want children. I want to, get a cabin and save my money and retire, and I don't need children in my life. I just don't. It just wasn't something I wanted. Well, the minute that I said, I don't want a baby, surprise! my friend Kat calls me crying. And she's crying, and I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, I found an ultrasound. And I'm like, okay, you found the first kid's ultrasound. She's like, no, this is not baby's ultrasound. This is a new one, like another ultrasound with a brand new date. I was like, what? What do you mean? And she's like, yeah, she's pregnant again. And I'm like, again? Because you have to understand, the first baby was born in June. This was February. She was like 5 months along before Grandma found out. So Grandma was in panic mode. And I was like, you guys can't have a second baby. I mean, there's just no way. I mean, they struggled with the first one. So, again, I was like, well, if you want me to adopt, let me know. You know, I'm open. I understand that they can't, do this. And it turns out that they already had looked into adopting. They had gone to, like, the Christian social services already. They were going to hide it from her and not tell her and just adopt this, let the other baby go. And I was just like, you can't do that. So, about a week later, my friend calls me up and says, hey, you want to be a mom? And I'm like, yeah, I'll be a mom. And she was like, great, you're going to be a mom. And I was like, hey, honey, do you want to be a dad? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, do you want to adopt? And he's like, why? And I'm like, there's another baby. And the stipulation was that as long as we did all the footwork and everything. Well, hi, she was 5 months along. This baby was like around the corner. So we had, I don't know, it was like March, April, actually. It was right about now that we had to hurry up and be like, and adoption processes are not cheap. They're not slow. I mean, they're not fast. They're not cheap and they're not fast. They're slow. They're slow and expensive. Especially if you're doing like, if you don't know the person, they're like really expensive. And we didn't have any money. We're broke. So it's like, okay, fine. We'll figure it out. And so off we went. Birth certificates and divorce papers, divorce decrees, and this person needed money and that person needed money and the baby needed a lawyer himself. So we had to have a lawyer. The baby had to have a lawyer. It was crazy. Yeah. And then they were like, oh, the baby could come as early as May. Well, we weren't ready. It was just a whirlwind of like, we're going to be parents. The first thing that we bought was a little piggy bank that had the pirate face, the pirate skull crossbones thing. And then the next thing we bought was like a little blanket that had, or a bath towel that had like the skull on them. And I'm like, how do you know it's a boy? Because at the time we didn't know. And my husband's like, well, it doesn't matter. If it's a girl or a boy, I'm still getting it. And I'm like, all right, fine. So, our child was going to be into everything. It was like general neutral. We did lots of like greens and browns and yellows and just like spooky things and Halloweeny, and so it comes down to birthday where he's gonna and it was interesting because we didn't really talk to the parents much. I had fallen out of speaking to my friend's son because he was 20-something and we just weren't, his lifestyle and our lifestyle were different. He just didn't really want anything to do with us. I loved his girlfriend. She's awesome and beautiful and tiny. She's so tiny. She's like 4 foot something. And so our son came on June 2nd, 2014. And my birthday is June 4th. So, happy birthday to me! I took him home on my birthday. It was really cool. And, you know, from day one, I had him in rock t-shirts and Batman and Spider-Man and like, just, you know, band gear and stuff like that. I had him like already like geared towards that lifestyle. Halloween things. And you'll see I have pictures at the end of this video that I'm going to post, and you'll see how much I have him like in Halloween costumes, and he loves Halloween props, and he loves his haunted doll, and he loves music, and he loves drums and guitars and just everything. He's so active. Oh my god. So active. As you can hear. They're so active. I mean, he's just crazy. It's been a blessing. It's been awesome. It's been tiring. It's been stressful. Seriously, if you're gonna have kids, think about it, cause like and I only have one. I only have the one boy, so it's, you know, half the time I'm like, I'm not ready to be a mom. But he's gonna be 5, and he's going to kindergarten soon, and I'm just blown away by it. Like I said, he loves bands. He loves Pele. He asked me the other day if we could call him on the phone, which I was like, doesn't work like that. You can't just call these guys up and be like, hey, can I talk to you? I would love to do that, but we can't. So, yeah. It's been fun. I can't wait to get him outside. It's so snowy and cold. And just, it was supposed to blizzard, like Snowmageddon blizzard, but it didn't. So I stayed home because I didn't feel good. And, yeah. It's been interesting. So that is my adoption story. And I really hope I didn't go over too fast or if I missed something. It was a whirlwind. We were approved, it flew by, the baby came, and he just, you know, your life changes. Hare Jordan just had a baby, and he knows. He knows you don't get sleep at all, and then once they're sleeping, once they start sleeping, then you're like, oh my god, are they awake? And then you're poking at him because you want him to wake up to see if they're breathing. I always said he's going to be 50, and like, you know, I'll be hanging over his bed going, hi honey, are you okay? And he'll be like, Mom, how did you get into my house? So, I want to be the cool rock chick mom, the goth mom. I'm goth mom. And I'm not, I'm so lax. Like, girls can wear dresses, boys can wear dresses, girls and boys wear makeup. Hi, Ghost, Devin, hi. Yeah, boys can do anything. They can be girls. It doesn't matter. And I keep telling him that because, you know, and he's little. He doesn't know. But I'm like, I don't care. You can wear whatever you want. It's fine. You can, you know, talk to me about anything. I'm not going to care. It's going to be fine. So, although Dad doesn't like him watching horror movies, so it's kind of, and I get that. I understand that he wants to keep the violence to a minimum. I get that. But I'm a little more like, let him, you know. He's a kid. I did it. I grew up on horror movies and I haven't killed anyone yet. So, speaking of, wait, I shouldn't say that. Speaking of spooky and horror, not killing anyone, but speaking of spooky and horror, it's kind of weird because we were talking about being goth and being the big goth YouTubers and how they get a certain, like, how they get perks. They get things sent them free all the time. You know, and stuff like that. Well, there could be another video where I'm showing you guys something that I got. And I'm not going to say I got it for free. Although technically it was kind of free. But, it's not because I am a donator. And I donated some money, quite a bit of money, to somebody. And as a thank you, I'm getting something, which is cool. And I'm probably going to support the Patreon and stuff like that. So I'll do a video when I get my item. And I didn't want anything for free. I was like, I don't want anything. I want to pay for what I get. I'm going to pay for it. So we'll see what happens. But it's weird because I'm like not used to people being nice to me. So it's kind of like, what's going on? I got the email and I'm all like, what happened? Like, what? Like, no, like, you can't do that. But hey, if you treat your patrons well, or you treat your fans well, or and that's what you're supposed to do. You know, that's what a lot of people do. They're people have hearts and they're nice, and it's weird. It's not weird, but you know, I've met quite a few nice, awesome people lately, and it's really cool. I'm starting to really like be, I don't know, happy. Not happy. Yeah, me happy. What? Okay, I'm off track. This is my adoption story. I can talk about Patron in another video. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy the pictures of Jax through the years. His name is Jackson. And I call him Jack. Jack in a box. And yeah. So, alright. Enjoy the pictures. And if you don't want to watch the pictures, then stop here and you don't have to watch the pictures. Alright. That is my crazy adoption story. Talk to you later. Bye.